Hey everyone, welcome to another class in our Yoga for Resilience series. Today is another mindfulness day. We're back outside in a bit of a quieter spot today, thankfully. And what we're going to look at today is just continuing on from the things that we've been looking at so far. So if we think about what we've done in the previous exercises, we've been looking at this idea that we just constantly have these worries, these concerns, these critical self-judgment coming into our head. And so there's a thought that's come in, there's normally a feeling associated with that, there's normally a physical sensation. We start thinking, oh, this is too hard, or this 30 days sounds like really fun, but now I'm fed up because it's going on for too long, or these videos are annoying, or I don't get it. These are really common thoughts that people have, something along those lines. Or maybe you're thinking, oh man, I don't do yoga enough, I don't do enough self-care. Or maybe you're thinking, well, I don't have time for this. Whatever it is, we have those thoughts, we have that feeling, maybe a tight chest, maybe a real irritation, a struggle to sit still, and that's accompanied by physical sensations like our posture collapsing, like that tight chest, something like that. So there's a lot going on, right? There's a thought component, there's an emotional reaction, there's a physical reaction, and so far we've just been noticing all of these. And we're going to continue on with that today, but what I want you to focus on is just this kind of sequence of events that happens and start labeling it. So we'll talk more about it as we get started. Let's just bring ourselves down into however you're going to practice today. I'm going to be sat here, but maybe you're lying down, maybe you're sitting, whatever works for you. And just take a moment to arrive, to get into the practice, to just let everyday life wash away for the next hour or however long we're going to practice for. And just clearing that out of the way and giving yourself some space, some time for this self-care, for this attention, and bringing your attention to the breath. Not doing any kind of special breathing here, just regular breathing, noticing what's going on. And then when you find you get distracted and there's a thought, maybe a physical sensation jumps out at you, maybe something like that, then maybe you just get a feeling, start feeling tense. Maybe it's a feeling you enjoy. I just want you to notice that kind of sequence, kind of cascading down of, I'm thinking, oh, I'm not doing this well, or I'm getting distracted. And when you do that, I want you to label it, and I want you to say to yourself something like, oh, here we go again, and bring a bit of lightness to it, bring a bit of humor to it. So just feeling that kind of, ha ha ha, it's all happening again, here we are. I've practiced this, I've sat in these mindfulness exercises for hours now, and every time I just fall down the same rabbit hole. And you might be thinking, well, if we're just going down the same rabbit hole every time, then what's the point in doing this practice if we're just stuck in this cycle? But actually bringing some awareness to it is the first step in the ability to change it. And in acceptance and commitment terminology, we might talk about clean pain versus dirty pain. So it's one thing for us to get distracted, but it's when we then judge ourselves for getting distracted, that's adding dirty pain on top of the clean pain. The clean pain is the kind of unavoidable stuff, and the dirty pain is the stuff we pile on top. And when we're critical to ourselves about being critical to ourselves, we're just adding on layers of emotion. But when we stop and say, actually, I'm just noticing, I'm going down this sequence again, I'm going to have a bit of a giggle to myself, a bit of a laugh, oh, it's all happening again. We interrupt that cycle of adding on additional layers of self-criticism and judgment and misery onto what we're already feeling. As always, if you get distracted, it's totally okay. In fact, that's really what we're practicing here, is noticing that distraction and noticing that sequence of events that happens. We go, oh, I shouldn't let myself be distracted, right? Oh, now I'm slouching, now I'm feeling upset with myself. And actually this time I'm choosing to respond with, there I go again in the cycle, but I've noticed it this time. And I'm not going to let it run away. Now bring your attention back to the breath. Gently blink the eyes open if you've had them closed. Take a moment to reconnect with your environment, with the ground beneath you. We'll bring this class to a close, but I can't wait to see you in the next one.